Rich, R-I-C-H, Stonestreet, S-T-O-N-E-S-T-R-E-E-T.
And your title?
State President of AARP in West Virginia.
Holiday season is obviously a time where the joy can become sorrow for consumers if they find themselves the victims of fraud or scams. And AARP's Fraud Watch Network, I know, is a great resource to share some of the information on what scams to look out for. Where online can folks go to find that information first and foremost before we discuss some of the particular scams to be wary of this holiday season?
Okay, very simply, the AARP Fraud Watch Network, aarp.org/Fraud Watch Network, one word. That's aarp.org/Fraud Watch Network. Alternatively, folks can call 877-908-3360 to join or to get information or to report frauds and scams.
And do you have to be an AARP member to be a member of the Fraud Watch Network?
No, there's no age requirement and there's no membership requirement, and it's free.
Okay. In terms of holiday scams, the holiday season obviously being one of the busiest times of the year for scammers, and many Americans unfortunately put themselves at risk at this time of year. Charitable giving. A lot of people, particularly in West Virginia, a very philanthropic state, talk about charitable giving and what folks need to watch out for in making sure their money gets in the right hands with charities.
Yes, we West Virginians are very generous. I think I just saw an article. We rank 11th in the country in charitable giving when you look at a number of factors. And we certainly don't want to discourage folks from giving, and I don't want to give that impression from what I'm going to say next. But a lot of folks just don't understand that sometimes you're giving to a charity and it's not really getting to the folks for whom it was intended. And if you go to the Secretary of State's website, sos.wv.gov, you will see listed those charities that are registered. And that's the first step. If a charity is not registered, it legally is not able to collect money in this state, to raise money. And also, then the other part of it is how much of that money actually goes to the program.
Gift cards. I know that's another area. It's so easy for us to go into a big box retailer or a grocery store. We see all the gift cards on that rack in the front of the store and be able to pick a gift card out. What do consumers need to be wary of when it comes to purchasing gift cards as a gift for the holidays?
Right, great question. They're everywhere. I mean, you have a carousel, there's a rack, the metal, and you just take it right off of there and you go to the clerk and you buy it and you're on your way. The problem is that the scammers and the con artists have developed a technique where they will memorize or write down those numbers from that card. They will then go online, and once it's activated, they can drain the money from there. But then the person for whom you intended the card never gets any money, doesn't get the gift, obviously. So there are two things you can do. One is to take from the back of the rack. But even better is to go to the clerk and say, do you have any behind the counter? Some that have not been displayed and so obviously have been free from the prying eyes of the con artists.
If I'm going to buy a gift card for a particular retailer, is it best for me to just go anywhere that offers that gift card? Or should I go directly to the retailer?
No, you're better off going to the retailer. And again, it's convenient because they're everywhere, but it really is better if you go to that retailer.
Okay. Card use. Frank Abagnale of Catch Me If You Can fame as a AARP Fraud Watch Network ambassador. I know this is something he talks a lot about. Should I use a debit card for holiday purchases or should I use a credit card?
A credit card, definitely. Your liability is very limited. If someone gets your information and books a flight to Australia and spends a week in Australia, you're not going to have to pay that. Debit card, a little shakier. So Frank, as a matter of fact, Frank was here. It was in Charleston, not recently, and Frank said that he uses a credit card for everything, every purchase. Because that's the safest way to buy anything. If you carry money around, you could be mugged, you could lose your money. If you write a check, checks can be altered. So really, a credit card is the best way to buy things, the safest.
A lot of major shopping centers, malls, major retailers now offer us a convenience because we're doing so much more e-commerce now, the availability of public Wi-Fi. Talk about the dangers of public Wi-Fi when it comes to financial transactions or holiday shopping. What do users need to look out for when shopping online?
When putting anything into your phone or your device that's sensitive, your credit card number, checking your bank account, never use public Wi-Fi. Not talking about the Wi-Fi you have at home, but public Wi-Fi. Even if you're at a site and it says HTTPS, it says it's secure, if it has a little lock in the corner, it is still dangerous because it's public means public. There are other folks using that. So we recommend that you not do that. And my advice is especially for the younger folks because they're more plugged in, they're more tuned into Wi-Fi, and some of them have told me they tend to be very careless about this.
Package deliveries. A lot of us go online and do online shopping to have a package delivered to someone. Talk about what folks need to be wary of when shipping with major carriers like UPS or FedEx in terms of sign-offs and making sure packages get in the right hands.
Yeah, you should always have signature required because obviously you're not home. You're not going to be home all the time sitting waiting for this package to arrive. The package is sitting on your porch, it's sitting in your front yard, wherever, near your mailbox. And it could be taken, and of course, as far as the shipper is concerned, the vendor from whom you purchased it, he thinks you got it, but it never arrived. So you should always you should have signature required on those kinds of transactions.
And finally, although we've passed Cyber Monday and Black Friday, still a lot of folks shopping online will see a website advertised and see a really great deal out there. What do we need to be wary of in terms of some of the deals we see, particularly online?
Well, you should always check those out. I mean, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is, and I know that's a cliche. We all say that, but just be very, very careful. Check your sources on that before you jump into something.
Thank you.